You're under orders, are you?
I am indeed, yes.
Bob, what role did Ian McCaskill perform on TV during the 1980s and 1990s? Was he a newsreader, a chef, or a weather presenter?
I remember this, I think, because did he not predict that we were going to have a small storm when we had the massive hurricane? He was a weather presenter.
Bang on, it was a weather presenter, although not the man who predicted the storm that wasn't.
It was Michael Fish.
That was Michael Fish, that's right. Anyway, point to you. Chris, in which 1975 film did Roy Scheider play the role of Police Chief Martin Brody? Taxi Driver, Rocky, or Jaws?
He's the police chief in Jaws.
He is indeed, with the famous line...
We're going to need a bigger boat.
You're going to need a bigger boat or something, isn't it?
Yeah, ad-libbed that line, apparently. 1 point apiece. Question 2 for you, Bob. Richard Briers played Martin Bryce in which 1980s TV sitcom? The Good Life, Ever Decreasing Circles, or Monarch of the Glen?
That's a difficult one, because I believe he's been in all of those. But I think The Good Life is 70s. Monarch of the Glen I've only seen briefly, so I'll plump for Ever Decreasing Circles.
Quite right, Bob, well done.
Well done, Bob.
Chris, which Academy Award-winning actress wrote the screenplay to the 1995 film Sense and Sensibility? Kate Winslet, Emma Thompson, or Gwyneth Paltrow?
Well, I don't think Kate Winslet's ever written anything. I think Gwyneth Paltrow was too busy, but Emma Thompson has written scripts in her time, so I'll say Emma Thompson.
Spot on, well done. 2 points each. Your third multiple choice question, Bob. Which actor narrated the 1970s historical documentary The World at War? Laurence Olivier, Peter O'Toole, or Richard Harris?
Here, I think they've all narrated things at one time or another. But I'll go for Laurence Olivier.
Was that a guess?
It is.
It's a good one. You've got it.
Well done, Bobby.
So pressure on Chris now. If you don't get this, Chris, you're out of the final round. Here's your question. What was the name of the television series made by Edgar Reitz, which charted the lives of ordinary Germans from 1918 to the turn of the new century? Was it Heimat, Hermann, or Heidelberg?
That was Heimat.
It was indeed. How'd you know that?
I saw bits of it, actually. Because Heimat just means sort of home environment, hometown.
You're right. 3 points apiece to the Eggheads and Challengers. Scores level, so we now go on to sudden death. And just to make it that bit harder, these questions will not be multiple choice. So, Bob, you ready?
I am.
Let's see what comes up for you now. Which actress played Mags in the TV series Saxondale and Mifanwy the barmaid in the Little Britain Daffyd sketches?
Ruth Maddock?
Close. It was Ruth Jones. So, Chris, for the round. Which Hollywood actress, often credited with being the first to throw a custard pie on screen, is the subject of the Jerry Herman musical Mac and Mabel?
That is Mabel Normand.
Quite right, Mabel Normand. Roughly what year are we talking about there?
Oh, early 20s, I would think.
Going
Working
way
with
back.
Max Sennett.
Well done, Chris. Bob, you were beaten by our Egghead, so as a result you won't be able to help your team in the final round. Would you both please come back and join your teams? As it stands, the challengers have lost 1 brain from the final round. The Eggheads have lost no brains. The next subject is history. Who from our challengers would like to play in this round, and who would you like to play against?
I'll take it off your trot, David. I'll take it, yeah. Who would you like to challenge?
I'm going to take Kevin.
Kevin, I think I'll try, yes.
Oh, yes.
I think I heard Kevin.
Kevin, please, Jeremy.
So
Yes.
David from the Cross Foxes versus Kevin from the Eggheads. And to ensure there's no conferring, would you please take your positions in the question room? Kevin, your teammates are telling me you've never lost in this category, but not only that, you've never even got a single question wrong in this category. Can that be true?
It's true, but there's always a first time, isn't there? And it's a long, long time since I've done it.
David, don't feel intimidated here. You're not, are you?
Very much so, yes.
I wish you well in this round. And David, you can choose the first or the second set of questions. Which would you like?
I'll have the first set of questions, please, Jeremy.
David, people in the Stone Age typically used tools and weapons made of which material? Gold, flint, or copper?
Well, it would have been later when they were using metals as a material, so that probably rules out copper and to a certain extent gold. But I know there's a local site where they've got a lot of flint axes, and that's my answer, would be flint.
Flint is correct. Well done. Kevin, in which year did Robert Peel set up the Metropolitan Police Force in London? Was it 1429, 1629, or 1829?
No, it was early 19th century, Jeremy. It's 1829.
Correct, it was. Bang on. So that was not the question to end your winning run in history.
No.
See if we can find it. David, in September 1944, Allied forces were defeated in which battle of World War II? The Battle of Arnhem, the Battle of El Alamein, or the Battle of the Bulge?
I suspect it was too late for Alamein, and possibly Arnhem was earlier, but I think there was a setback in the campaign, and I think it was the Battle of the Bulge.
So your answer is Battle of the Bulge? I'm sorry, David, that's the wrong answer. It's the Battle of Arnhem. Advantage to the Eggheads. Kevin, in 1267, Henry III officially acknowledged which man as the Overlord and Prince of Wales? Hereward the Wake, Owen Glendower, or Llewellyn ap Griffith?
It was, let's have a go, Llewellyn ap Griffith, who lasted for about another 15 years and then was killed, I believe.
Well done, Kevin, you're right. It was the person you just referred to. Well, you could do the pronunciation on this side. So third question, and David, you need this. Which London market was the site of the execution of William Wallace in 1305? Covent Garden, Smithfield, or Billingsgate?
Not very sure of this. Smithfield being a meat market, Billingsgate is a fish market. I think I'll go for Covent Garden. Covent Garden.
That's the wrong answer, David. I'm sorry to say it was actually Smithfield. Kevin, would you have got Smithfield?
Yeah.
Why was he executed?
He'd annoyed Edward I, basically.
That's all you need to do.
Well, yes, I mean, he was one of the leaders of the Scottish independence movement, but eventually he was captured, brought to London, and suffered a very lengthy and nasty execution as an example to others.
David, as you can tell, you are up against a history ace here. Commiserations to you. Well done, Kevin. David, you were beaten by our Egghead, so you won't be able to help your team in the final round. Both of you, please now come back to the studio. As it stands, the challengers have lost 2 brains from the final round, while the Eggheads have lost none. The next subject is sport. Who from the challengers will be playing in this round? Who would you like to take on?
Right.
There's only
What
3
about
of us
it?
left, so...
Right, you're doing it.
Tim?
Obviously can't be Kevin or Chris.
Yes, go on, Tim, have a go at sport.
I think,
Tim's going to do it, Jeremy.
All right.
And you're going to take on who?
I think because of our colours, I'll take Judith on, because we have the same colour on.
We clash. I wouldn't. I think we clash.
It's up to you. That's the thing. So Tim from the Cross Foxes against Judith from the Eggheads. Please go to the question room to ensure there's no conferring. Tim, you get to choose the first or the second set of questions.
I would like to go first, please, Jeremy.
Tim, what name is given in gymnastics to a circular sideways handspring with the arms and legs extended? Is it a handstand, a cartwheel, or a flyaway?
With the arms and legs extended would imply cartwheel. It's not a handstand. I will go for cartwheel, if I may, Jeremy.
Yep, no trick in the question. Absolutely right, it's cartwheel. Judith, which former world darts champion was known as the Crafty Cockney? Was it John Lowe, Phil Taylor, or Eric Bristow?
I think it's Eric Bristow. He's the crafty cockney.
Eric Bristow is the Crafty Cockney, indeed. You're right. 1 point apiece. Back to you, Tim. The Finn Tommy Mäkinen was a 4-time world champion in which sport in the 1990s? Squash, rallying, or canoeing?
I'm not 100% sure on this, Jeremy, but I really think I should dispel squash. My two sons both play squash for the country, so it would be, if I get this wrong, I'm in trouble. Canoeing, I think I can dispel as well, because I'm pretty sure he's a rally driver.
That's
so
your answer?
Rallying is my answer.
He is indeed a rally driver. Well done. And your two sons play international squash?
They both are ranked in the top 10 in Wales in their age category, yes.
Wow. Well, we'll see if a squash question comes up. You can't get it wrong if it does, can you?
Hopefully not.
Judith, which rugby union player went on 5 tours with the British and Irish Lions, playing in a record 17 test matches? Willie John McBride, Gavin Hastings, or JPR Williams?
I don't quite know. Does that... You can't tell me, can you? I mean, British and Irish Lions, does that mean the whole of Great Britain?
You know that I can only read
No,
the
I
question.
know,
You're
sorry.
being very naughty.
I'm not naughty, because I don't actually expect an answer.
So you're just asking a rhetorical question?
It's a rhetorical question. It's wasting time while I think. I think it's either Willie John McBride or JPR Williams. But JPR Williams is Welsh, isn't he? That was why I asked the question out loud. I think I can say Willie John McBride. Praying.
Praying.
Yes.
Your prayer has been answered.
Has it?
Yes.
Oh, God,
You're
he's
right.
good.
Well done. 2 points each. Tim, this is harder than you might have thought it was going to be. Cracking the egghead. For which cricket club did Sir Len Hutton play for his entire professional career? Surrey, Yorkshire, or Essex?
It's a difficult one again. Again, I think at this stage I will dispel Essex and concentrate on Yorkshire and Surrey. I think I will plumb for Yorkshire, because they seem to have a lot more loyalty amongst their players, certainly in this day and age, maybe even also when Len Hutton was around.
So Yorkshire's your answer?
I will go for Yorkshire.
David looks pleased about that. You are?
Yes.
Because you know it's right.
Yes.
And it is. Well done, Tim. 3 points. Judith, if you get this wrong, bang, you're gone. Which football team won the first English League title in 1889? Fulham, Preston North End, or Aston Villa?
1889.
1889.
Well, I don't think it was Fulham. I have read this, because I once read a short and humorous book about the history of football, trying to get it into my head.
Was it very funny?
Not terribly. I'm going to say Aston Villa. Bang go the Eggheads' heads on the table.
Yep, well, CJ's head has not completely hit the table, but it was close.
Oh, no.
You're wrong, it was Preston North End.
Wow.
Well done, Tim, well done. You've lifted your team spirits here. You won on your great subject of sport. You took on an egghead, you emerged triumphant. Good news for our challengers, the Cross Foxes, because it means Tim can play in today's final round. So do both come back and rejoin us here